You know, one of the things we talk about here is every bike has a story. And if you think about where that bike was, when it was built, what was going on in the world, we have a 1946 Indian out here right now. Beautiful bike, but it has a story. The family has a story. Every one of them does. And I like to think about a story with that 1946 Indian. At that time, the United States just came out of World War II. Well, I think about a soldier coming home and his whole dreams while he was at combat was, man, when I get home, I'm going to go buy me an Indian. And that's going to be a part of me. You know, it's going to become a part of his persona. And people are going to see his bike and go, oh, that's Bob's bike. Uh, and so I imagine the guy coming home from combat, he goes down to his local dealer and he sees this bike for the first time and he just falls in love with it. And he can just see himself riding it down the country roads, taking his girl out on a bike ride, doing different things. And so he buys the bike, and before long he takes his girl on that date. They get married. He takes her grocery shopping on that bike. They have children. Before long the bike gets put in a barn. After a while the bike gets a tarp put on it, old army tarp gets put on it. And then he starts putting hay bales in there as time goes on. Children start growing up. He has 4 or 5 kids. The bike gets forgotten. You know, it becomes a treasure hidden in a barn somewhere. Well, many years later, this poor soldier, he passes on and leaves his family, and I could just see it at his funeral. You know, everybody gathers around and they go, hey, did Dad have a bike when you guys were young, Mom? And Mom goes, yeah, we had an old Indian. And an uncle pops up and goes, you know, the last time I saw that bike, it was out in a barn out here. And I don't know if it's still there or not. And everybody gets excited because, oh my goodness, is the bike that Dad had, his bike, still sitting there? So they run out to the barn. Everybody's anticipating whether it's still there. Most of them have doubts that it's not, but they move all the hay and everything, and here's this tarp, this old army tarp, and it's in the shape of a motorcycle. And sure enough, they move the tarp, and here's the bike, 1946 Indian, that has history. You know, Mom gets big old alligator tears in her eyes. Kids probably have a lot of emotions going. Dad's there. Dad's spirit's in that bike. They feel it. So the family, now they figure out who's going to get it. What are they going to do with it? Are they going to auction it? Is the oldest son going to get it? How are they going to get it somewhere? That's where we come in as motorcycle transportation specialists here at Daily Direct Haul Bikes, because they think this is Dad's. We want to take care of it. How do we get it from point A to point B? And so they call us here at Daily Direct Haul Bikes, and we become a part of that story. We become a part of that family. We become a part of that heritage, that legacy that will always live on. And when we give that great experience, it goes with that bike. No matter who gets it, that story continues. And it, as a driver, man, that's my greatest honor. It's a privilege to provide great service for that. So it's wonderful that you become part of the story.